Welcome back to another episode of Byerwood. My name is Stelio, and we're working just on placing some more buildings in the city. So I got some empty plots along some really important streets that I'm going to need to fill up, and I'm going to do that in this episode. So I'm placing a mix of buildings that I've placed before, and a few new ones actually, which is very surprising this late into a city to be still placing new assets, but I'm finding some here and there that I haven't been able to use just to give a somewhat unique look. And I know the variation of assets and having, I think, over 2,200 is really, really one of the main problems and one of the main reasons that I lost the city. But it really gave a nice look because all the buildings looked really just different and they looked unique, like they somewhat do in real life, but to the point where it really doesn't matter. And I think in future worlds or future cities, I'm not really going to try to go for 100% unique buildings because I don't think you need that necessarily. I think without filling your game with all those assets, you can get a lot more out of something else in your game using that memory and using that allocated space wiser than using it for unique buildings, when if you recolor, re-angle, reposition, you can make buildings look like buildings you've never seen before. I'm just making a alleyway sort of run behind all of these buildings along this street called Lafayette Street. And these are all just going to be some general commercial buildings and some strip malls and shops like that. It's just going to be a lot of commercial, a lot of shopping in this one area near the neighborhoods, and it needs to be accessible it needs to be easily accessible from all areas of the city. It should not be hard for someone on the south side of the city to go to the north side to be able to get access to a restaurant or access to healthcare or something like that. So the city needs to be easily movable across, or you need to easily be able to get across the city and to all the businesses that are in the city. I like keeping these episodes shorter because they're better on my internet, and the gameplay is honestly running thin, and I don't know how many episodes I'll be able to make out of the gameplay that I do have, but I want to try and keep you here for a short amount of time, not take up too much time in your day, but still give you enough stuff to where you can get a good idea of what I'm trying to do here and not take up too much of your time, because the last thing people want to do is sit around forever and watch videos. So I think what I can do here in just these 4 or 5 minute videos is enough, and I'm going to keep going for that. But as I put more of these businesses, I'm just sort of filling out this auto area that I finished started a few episodes ago, and I'm slowly now going around and finishing or placing all the businesses in these areas and filling it out, and it looks a lot better now. More houses, of course. We're never gonna finish placing houses. I think I placed houses in the last episode. There's always going to be triple deckers being added to the city, and that's just how it is. And this is an area where I'm sort of bridging the gap between two neighborhoods that I've been working on for a while, and now that it's come into one, it really is looking uniform, and it's really looking like how I want it to. You have these two angles of grids meshing in at the same time, and it gives a really good look. Sometimes when you update the roads, you have to go back and sort of fix it because you've changed the roads to the point where there's some harsh angles and stuff needs to just be redone. And same thing with the terrain here. I just want to make it smoothed out, not too sharp of a hill. Besides that, I'm just going to be dumbing down some of these roads to a little less density and wrapping up this video. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, let me know, and I'll keep releasing these City Skylines videos with the gameplay that I do still have. And if I could get on Byerwood right now to play, I don't even know what I would trade for it, but it would be a lot.